So before we get into this video, we got to talk about these right here. Now, Golan has always given us 10% status effects, and now the Electriqe or Electriqe or whatever you want to call it has given us an extra 10%. Wyvern has always given us 10% skill damage. So we're trying to compare these three right here in this video, and we're going to go into a deep dive depth of which one is going to give us the most damage for status builds. So, with the new Electriqe, or whatever you want to call it, versus the Wyvern. Now, Golan has always given us 10% status effect damage, so the Electriqe is basically the same stuff, or whatever you want to call this stuff, this brand set. So we have two chess pieces right here. We're going to test both of these out. We're actually going to do a side-by-side in this video comparison of this brand set with the gear set and these right here. So we're going to show an actual timer to show the duration of the times, and we're actually going to show the damage numbers that it produces in this video so you can decide which one you'd want. Now, if you already know me, I already know which one's the strongest. I've always had it on. But we're going to go through these. We're not going to change any of these mods. As you can see right here in this video, we're not worried about the burn duration. We're worried about the damage. We have the firewall on here to give extra burn duration. Now, with this, we have a shotgun. We're just testing a few things out right here just to see about, if we can keep the duration on them, if they take a little bit extra, and it doesn't do much. So this one shotgun from the firewall would actually allow you to do status to like dogs, the Wally turrets, the electronics. Not so much to anything else, but basically just those that are fire immune. Now, I have a shotgun on here that gives perpetuation, so that way we can get that extra skill or status effect damage, and we actually get duration because it has damage to armor on here, which damage to armor affects us. So, as you can see, it just keeps the damage going and everything. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to put this on a invulnerable elite target, so that way we can see the duration and the damage at the same time side by side with this shotgun. So let's set this up and we'll do a side-by-side comparison. Now, the picture that's blowing up, this one has the Electriqe or Electriqe. The one on the back right, as you can see where I just shot, that's going to be with the Wyvern. So these two pieces are going to be side by side, and we're going to see what the damage is and the duration. So like I said before, Wyvern will still win at the end of the day, so get yourself a Wyvern.
Oh, you're right. And when you're right, you're right. And you're always right.
So now that we know that, there's another thing that's been popping up, is a lot of people have been trying to use this, the contractor gloves, versus using one piece of Golan on this type of build, especially for the PvP status builds. This is not a better piece. And we can prove that here. One, for you're losing 15% status effect, or 10% status effects, plus another 10%, to try to get damage to armor out. While it's a great idea, you still lose the damage. So rather than doing a side-by-side comparison, we'll just go through this one straight up. And you see we hit that one shot, land this shot, and we're hitting for about 893 or something like that, I give or take, 893. So we can do the same thing. We can go to this right here, put it for an invulnerable elite, so we get the damage to armor on them, and see what it hits for, just in case. Shoot the headshot, land the shot, 804 at first, but then it jumps to 893, like I said. And then when they don't have armor, we're hitting for about 744. So, again, the max was 893, right? And 744 as the target keeps jumping down. So what we're going to do is just very simple. We're going to swap this back to the Empress right here, and we're going to put on a piece of Golan. Now, why not the Electriqe? Well, because the Golan gives you this extra blue core, and you've already got this right here, which is giving you an extra skill core, so you don't need to worry about that. It's a waste. So rather than wasting it, you can just put on a piece of Golan, keep the extra blue core, give you a little bit more survivability, and still have that same amount of damage. And you see 909, that's already more, and then 812. So we're hitting for 744 versus 812. So again, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes down to this, you're still going to get the same amount of damage whether you use Golan or the Electriqe, but when you're using it for the PvP, the Golan is going to be more beneficial. As for the Eclipse version, don't go with the Electriqe, go with the Wyvern, okay? Don't make this mistake, because as you can see, we're just traded 10% for the second piece of Wyvern for one piece of Electriqe, or whatever you want to call it, and you're still going to get the same amount of damages. So we'll just show it right here. See the 812, 909, 812 again. So yeah, you're still going to get the same amount of damage. So don't go wasting it. Go ahead and get yourself a 2-piece Wyvern. Don't worry about that. So there you go. There's your answers.